You have entered the prep zone tonight. A classic matchup. It's brother against brother, sister against sister. Why? Because we're in Mandeville. Fontainebleau comes to Mandeville. It's always a big matchup, but playoff implications and a home game possibility for the Mandeville Skippers, not for the Fontainebleau Bulldogs, because they are not going to make the playoffs, but they can be a spoiler in this big rivalry. Andrew Franzella, Charles Tiger Edwards, give us the rundown, Andrew.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned it. Fontainebleau sitting at 3-4, not going to make the playoffs. Mandeville, however, is 5-2, and they're knocking on the door as far as a home playoff game goes. They have a big week this week and next week at Covington. But Fontainebleau, they lost a heartbreaker last week to Covington in overtime. Covington scored a touchdown to walk away with that one, and Mandeville just lit up North Shore with their second-string quarterback. Tonight, Glenn Coulier. He comes back, the starting quarterback for Mandeville, and he is going to be the key for a Mandeville victory tonight. Home field, homecoming.
Coulier back. Going to pose some problems for Fontainebleau, but at number 18, you get a home game. Mandeville is at number 20. Tonight's game, big. Pre-game with Coach Guy LeCompte. Coach, last week, nice victory. You used your backup quarterback. Your quarterback's back now. What does that mean to your offense?
Well, anytime you have good health on the team, it helps you. We're still a little banged up, and you're going to see some new faces tonight. I got a lot of confidence in those guys. They've been working hard all year, and they've been preparing for the opportunity to come in and play.
It's a big game, not only from the rivalry standpoint, but playoff implications. If they even get in, they got to beat you. And if they do beat you, it's going to hurt your chance for a home game. So it's big.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't want to look too far ahead. And like I told our guys, we control our destiny right now. And if we take care of things we're supposed to take care of, then everything will fall the ways we want to.
Okay, defensively, they're going to run. They run the veer. They put this in a couple of years ago, and they're having success. Does it, because it's different? All the other teams don't run it. You don't see once in a while. Does it make it a challenge each week to defend?
Well, you know what? A lot of teams are going back to the option. So, I think you're seeing it a little bit more than you had in the past. In the past few years, we used to prepare for Curtis. We'd play those guys every year. So, from a defensive staff standpoint, I don't want to say this prematurely, but we have plans for that. Looking back in the past few years when we played Curtis. So, hopefully those things work out tonight.
Pre-game with Mike Matern. Coach, last week, tough loss in overtime. What do your kids have to do to get back up off the deck?
Well, they played extremely hard last week. We had a good week of work. Hopefully that's behind us. They were playing a good Mandeville team. So,
Mandeville, of course, not only is there a rivalry, but you have they're right on the edge of getting a home game. You could put a serious dent in that for the playoffs.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things we talked about with the kids. But the other thing is that we're in a situation we have to, win this game to stand a chance for the playoffs. So hopefully they'll give our kids a little more fire.
Quarterback did not play last week. Coulier, he's back. He's a threat.
He's definitely a threat. He throws well, but he runs even better. So, last week their running game kind of struggled a little bit. Looks like I'm sure it'd be we have a tough challenge to stop their running game this week.
To kick this one away, Drew Graham for the Mandeville Skippers. Down to Hunter Bastian and Deontay White. And we are underway here at Mandeville. Great matchup.
This is as good as it gets in high school football in St. Tammany Parish. It was an instant rivalry, obviously from the standpoint of most of the students that were in Fontainebleau, that were a good deal of good many of the students that were scheduled to come to Mandeville or were already at Mandeville were jettisoned off over to Fontainebleau, and literally a brother had graduated from Mandeville, and then the sister from Fontainebleau.
So now we get our first play from Brandon Kent, and he's going to try and throw the football, and he's sacked by number 31, Vincent Lombardo, the 6'1", 225-pound senior.
play action pass on the first play. I mean, they've been running the football real well out of the veer, so they try to throw a little curveball at the Mandeville defense. They're up for the challenge. Lombardo, nice play. The 6'1", 225-pound senior.
That was one thing I was thinking about pregame. Mandeville has to be ready for the shots that Fontainebleau's going to try and take over the top. Second play from scrimmage here. Kent hands it off inside.
Little counter action right there. Over the years, the counter play, such as what you just saw there, that Mandeville gobbled up, was Fontainebleau had them dead to right every time they ran it. Big chunks of, I mean, it seemed for a while that the Skipper defense, when that play was going to come, it was going to open the seas, and the play was going to go big. Not the story anymore.
Third down and long. Kent handed off on the trap. Looks like that's Jacob Finn, or is that Travis Sears?
I think that was Sears on the carry.
Yeah, that was Sears. He had a big game last week and was really crucial in Fontainebleau playing Covington close. They had a chance to win. They went to overtime, and they kicked the field goal. But then first play from scrimmage in overtime for Covington, they ran it in off the right side.
Primo back to receive the punt.
And here is Primo, gonna let it bounce, and he picks it up at his own 45, makes a cut. Primo is out, down along the right side, and finally is taken down, but not before he's inside the 25-yard line, Tiger.
That was a, I'm gonna go punt on you right here, Primo return. Caught it on one hop down the sideline before any of the defenders could get there. Look at this field position, Andrew, for the Skippers right here. They're at the 24-yard line.
24-yard line is where Glenn Coulier, first time seeing him this season in the prep zone, 6'1", 205-pound junior. This time he looks down the seam, and now he's going to try and tuck it and run, and eventually will throw, and it's complete for a first down to Zach Boudreaux.
What? You see there, great quarterback play. Stepped up in the pocket and thought about running, saw the open receiver, gave it to him. I'm ready to give him already my nickname for him, LL Cool J right there. He was, I can tell right away, Coach Matern talked about not only can he run, he can throw.
Bring a man in motion. Coulier looking to the left. Now he's flushed out to his right side. He's going to run the football inside the 10, makes a cut, and is knocked out on the far side. Just like you said, using his feet.
That time, everybody covered, so good job defensively by the Bulldogs. He had to tuck it and run. And
one thing,
be second down and goal from the 9.
One thing to note is that Nate Van Horn, one of the starting running backs for Mandeville, is out this game with illness. James Truding has to start and will take most of the snaps there on offense.
Second down and goal from the 7, not the 9.
So from the 7 is Coulier. He looks left, thinking about it, and makes a great pass for a touchdown. They strike early.
Again, that time he stepped cool. He's just cool. He steps up in the pocket. The rush goes by him because what Fontainebleau's trying to do is contain him on the run from the outside, steps up in the middle, finds the open receiver. Man, as cool as the other side of the pillow. Pellegrini on the reception. Nice catch by him.
Now Drew Graham to tack on the extra point as the Skippers have to be thrilled with the start. And that one is good. They've jumped out to an early lead with 9:14 left to go here in this first quarter. Mandeville is up at home 7-0 over the Fontainebleau Bulldogs. And here is Graham with the ensuing kickoff. This is a District 6-5A matchup. This one is taken by Deontay White. White makes a cut to the outside and is taken down hard on the far side. That's a great tackle by number 47, Jack Ingalls. You mentioned him last week, Tiger.
Ingalls, one of those fine linebackers, along with Wingett and Nelson and McKay and Lemieux and anybody else I didn't mention, because they got a slew of them.
Yeah, they do play almost a 3-5 sort of formation defensively with 3 down linemen. They're going to go, 3 down linemen right here. Kent in the backfield, set for Fontainebleau. They bring a man in motion. They hand it off on the dive up the middle, but there is a flag. That one went to Travis Sears, who we mentioned earlier, the 5'11", 220-pound sophomore.
That one, good yardage right there running on first down by Fontainebleau, but they commit the first down sin of a penalty, blocking below the waist, it was called. So you can't start a drive that way.
And that was something interesting. It seemed like they had just snapped the ball, and the ref, the back judge, threw a flag in there. I was curious what the flag was that he threw it so quickly. And sure enough, it was a cut block.
That's a 10-yard penalty. It's 1st and 20, and that's what I say. You can't make that kind of mistake.
1st and 20 from the 12-yard line for Fontainebleau. 2 in the backfield. Check that. They go shotgun, and they hand it off. Now he's going to keep it and tackle down on the far side. That's Lombardo again with the tackle.
So Lombardo already two tackles in 4 plays, staying at home, doing his job.
That was Alex Barrero on the carry.
But you see what I was saying. What that does is it made 2nd and 20 is different than 2nd and 5. That takes you out of your whole game plan. Their plan is to run the football. Of course, they wanted to catch them off guard on first down in the first series by play action pass. Now you limit what you've got to do.
So they lost 2 more yards, and they're not going to get much yardage right there. That was 2nd and 22, Tiger, and bringing up a long 3rd down again, potentially giving great field position back to Mandeville.
That's a pickup of about 2 on the play, and right now I think that's 5 carries for -5 yards for Fontainebleau. That's not how they wanted to start the game. 3rd down in, as I like to say, Lacombe.
It's really picked up this year, and I think I like it. They go shotgun with Sears in the backfield. Here is Kent. Kent throws a quick little bubble screen out there, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Barrero on the reception.
That one, he was a little high on that one. Didn't really have his feet set. Incomplete pass.
So bring up 4th down. And Fontainebleau right now, they're digging themselves a mighty big hole.
This is not how Coach Matern and the coaching staff wanted to start this game. I mean, a 24-yard drive on 4 plays last time. This one gonna hit. Primo gets away from it.
So this one will end up at the 41-yard line, still in Fontainebleau territory, and Glenn Coulier comes back out to lead the troops.
This is great field position again for Mandeville. Can they take advantage of it? Last week we saw Barriant, and he did a good job stepping in for Coulier, but I think my friend Mr. Coulier here is going to have too much time.
It seemed like they were set. The slot receiver on the left side made a sudden movement. I don't know if you saw that, and they didn't call a false start. So
everybody was expecting it the way they were walking. 7 seconds on the play clock. Coulier stepping up to throw.
Coulier over the middle, great pass inside the red zone down to the 11-yard line. On the reception was number 19, the senior, Zach Boudreau, 6'1", 180. Great reception.
All I got to say is, wow. There's a flag on the play. But wow.
Yeah, we'll check in on the play. But
Yeah, just watching how cool LL Cool J is. I mean, the way he just stepped up and unloaded that thing, man, right on the money. Boudreaux, nice diving catch.
Yeah, nice reception by Boudreaux. And you just saw on your screens the white cap announcing that it was a personal foul on Fontainebleau. So move him up even closer to the goal line. Put him inside the 10-yard line at the 6-yard line.
And it looks to me like they've run out the heavy squad. We call them the big heavies. You put
in blue.
Black and blue.
That's the package. The black and blue package. And so they bring in Patrick West and Lombardo and some of these other guys. And poor handoff right there by Coulier. Tries to make a couple men miss. And he's not going down, but eventually he loses 2 or 3 yards. What's going on there, Tiger?
That he didn't. When you come out from center and get the ball back to that tailback, you got to sprint. He was a little slow coming out there. I don't know exactly why, but his angle and how he got to where he was going to try to hand off the ball, there was no mesh point going to happen. Tailback had already passed that point.
They'll go right back to it. West and Lombardo with Truding to receive the handoff. And there's Truding, but exploding for the tackle is number 98, Colin Cherame.
Cherame's a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore, submarined underneath there and made a nice play. So that first down at about the 6-yard line is going backward for Mandeville.
3rd down. Coulier trying to draw him off sides. Now they look over to the sideline for a play call adjustment. We're down to 5 seconds on the play clock, and now Coach LeCompte will take a timeout. Mandeville wants to think about it. They're up 7-0 over Fontainebleau. 5:23 left to go in this first quarter. Out of the timeout, Mandeville goes 4 wide. Turquoise and Boudreaux on the right, with Orgeron and Pellegrini on the left. Snap. Coulier looking to his left and has his man, number 10, Parker Orgeron, had a great reception last time for a touchdown last game. This time comes up big again.
Coulier that time looked right and then came back over the middle and nailed it. He's 4 for 4 for 61 yards right now. And in my book, that's perfect.
Only in yours. As Drew Graham comes on to get the extra point. Snap, placement, hold, and it's good. A nightmarish start here for Fontainebleau. Mandeville jumps out to a quick 14-0 lead here at home. 5:17 left to go in this first quarter. Graham to kick this one away. Fontainebleau trying to get some spark. Maybe it's the special teams that does it for him. Bastian and White standing deep. Nice kick by Graham. Bastian taking it inside the 5. Makes a couple cuts and squeaks through out to the 24-yard line. That's where he's taken down by number 20, Jonathan Gio.
Gio, a 6 foot, 185-pound senior defender who made a great special teams play right there. Good open field tackle.
Kent drops out to the field. Hunter Bastian out wide. There is Kent. Now he's going to throw to that left side. And reception made on the far side by number 81. It looks like Michael Raymond. And the tackle was on Chase Hammond, 5'11", 185-pound junior cornerback.
Nice 3-step drop. Released the ball out there on a stop route. Got good yardage. Going to bring up 2nd down and 3. Pick up of 7 on that one.
like you said, 2nd down and 3. And there was some movement in the backfield. They didn't call it. Now they're going to toss a flag out there, and I think they're going to get Fontainebleau with 5 yards.
And the Bulldogs have 2nd and 3.
Illegal shift.
Yeah. And
now it's going to push him back 2nd and 8. This is not the way they wanted to start it on the road.
no, when you come into a game against, especially your rival, you come into a game against them, you're on the downside of the win-loss column. You need a win to take a shot at getting in the playoffs. You cannot make mistakes.
Barrero fakes it, now bounces it around the left end, and he's not going anywhere. Tackle on the far side made by number 22. That's Garrett Kugelman.
Now
Check
third
that,
down.
sorry, that's Matt Nungesser.
Okay, 3rd down and 10, Andrew, and the Fontainebleau offense cannot stop shooting itself in the foot.
See, this doesn't look like a Fontainebleau offense. 4 wide on 3rd down. There's Kent with the pump and go, and looks deep. And they got a flag out there. I think they might get Jamar Mitchell on that far side, holding him because they ran the pump and go.
Right. Well, we'll see. But going back to what you said, them with 4, seeing Fontainebleau with 4 wide is not their game. You're right.
And that is going to be pass interference on the defense. So it is a 1st down, move Fontainebleau out to the 40-yard line. But like you said, we're not used to seeing this out of Fontainebleau.
That's not
We're used
their
to seeing
game.
them pounding the rock.
That's exactly what they need to do. Use time, keep the ball out of Mandeville's hands, because you know how quickly they can score.
Here's Barrero. Now Barrero is going to throw over the middle. And that's not close to the intended receiver, number 81, Justin St. Germain.
Play action pass there. They've started quite a few 1st downs with play action passes.
I mean, I can see it coming out on the first play of the game. Maybe you're trying to catch Mandeville off guard, but is this your game? We'll see. Here's Barrero going shotgun again. Barrero running right. Cuts it inside. Nice move right there. Tackle made by Nungesser one more time.
Nice block on that play by Kendrick Marquez from Fontainebleau.
Bring up 3rd down and 5.
This is a manageable situation for them.
Sears comes back to the huddle to deliver the play.
Kent is back in, Andrew.
It seems like a 2-quarterback system. We'll see how that fleshes out the rest of the game. Kent from under center this time. Offset eye. And they hand it off up the gut to Sears. Nice play right there.
That's the kind of game that they're set up. They're designed to do. Run the football right there. 1st down.
I like how they gave it to Sears, and it was all north-south. I mean, he was putting his head down. He was going for the 1st down. Nice play right there.
Yeah, he was not going to be denied. That was for sure.
Move them inside Mandeville territory for the first time tonight with under 2:30 to go in this 1st quarter. They're at the 49-yard line. Getting a great shot on your television from our main camera. Dave Williams, Dave the Rave. Kent pitches it out to the left side to Ribeiro. They have it sealed off on nicely and close to a 1st down. Tackle made by Jamar Mitchell.
Nice block by Kugelman on that play.
It's going to bring up second down and maybe less than 1. Nice pitch to the outside. They really sealed the edge there. They'll go back to the offside eye. Twins left.
Oh my goodness.
And the execution that we're used to seeing from Fontainebleau is not there right now.
I know this. I'm almost speechless.
Cumbersome.
As a former offensive coordinator, I can see I can just imagine Coach McCullum now, who's calling the plays, Brandon McCullum, is his hair is thinning. I can't see him exactly, but my hair is thinning, and when you see that, it's like, oh my goodness. No, don't make those mistakes.
Trips right. They bring him in motion. Now Kent looks up, tries to throw it to Bastion. You know, if I remember correctly, it may have been that Slidell game, but Bastion was really making some nice catches. And I remember talking about him. They just can't seem to get the football here early, but I remember them tossing some footballs up and Bastion really just going up and getting it.
Right. And but unable to tonight, as they really haven't been close. 3rd down and 5, Andrew.
3rd down and 5 is right. They shift. It's a full house. Move. Barrero in motion. Exploding through the backfield is Jack Ingles, the senior, on senior night.
That is a heck of a football play right there. Ingles comes straight up the field and just snuffs out that play.
Fourth down, they bring Hunter Bastion out for the punt. And they've got to be a little
Is this a possible
wary.
fake?
We'll see if Mandeville's ready for it. High snap, Bastion gets it, and now Bastion is going to punt it. And he's going to try and punt it away from Primo, who fields it inside his own 15. Makes a cut, and is taken down at the 20-yard line.
I had visions of a fake punt right there with Bastion coming on to punt it.
1:02 left to go here in this first quarter. And Mandeville on their 3rd possession.
It's been all Mandeville here. Offense, defense, special teams.
The whole 9 yards. Coulier now looking to the sidelines. Coulier looking to his left and off the mark right there, looking for Pellegrini inside that zone. And something I mentioned earlier as Andrew Collins bats it down. Nice play by him and the Fontainebleau defense. I mentioned earlier that Nate Van Horn, it seems like my sources were off. They said that he had an illness, but he's out there on the football game, number 27. So we'll see if he plays a factor.
You got to check your sources.
Got to check my sources.
Double check. Check, double check.
And this time they're trying to give it to him. Now Coulier picks it up. Coulier has all sorts of room. He's got the first down and more. Gets a great block from Pellegrini. Coulier still on his feet and taken down inside the 30-yard line at the 26.
A busted play that goes that far. But I will say this, one heck of a job blocking by Kyle Pellegrini. If you get to see it again, he shoulders up on the defender and knocks him back. But I think it's coming back, Andrew.
And it's coming all the way back. That's a huge break for Fontainebleau right there. That really would have been a backbreaker with the type of field position that they had Mandeville in.
Wow. Yes. I was amazed that first you talked about Van Horn, and then there was no handoff, and the ball's on the turf, and Coulier picks it up and has the presence of mind to run out here to the left, and a great shoulder block by Pellegrini. But guess what? It all came back.
Second down and 3. Twins right and twins left. Coulier looking left. Throws the corner route. And that one's going to be caught.
Man,
Great conversation. Concentration. Number 10, Parker Orgeron, the man who had the touchdown earlier.
Tyler Lopez on the coverage, and he was blanketed all over them. There wasn't a pass interference. He covered it, initially hit it, but that, to me, buddy, is concentration right there.
So the receiving corps for Mandeville, they're showing up tonight here on the 47-yard line. Coulier looking down the seam, rolls to his right, and now is going to throw it over the seam and has Pellegrini. Had a step, did Pellegrini.
We're going to have a penalty, I think, roughing the passer penalty coming up.
Is that frustrating that we're seeing two roughing the passer penalties here early? Is it frustrating for a defense, a guy who's been throwing the ball pretty well tonight but can also make something happen with his feet?
Here's the thing about it. Mandeville's not out of any play whatsoever. They know that. Fontainebleau can't let up for a second and can't continue to make. I don't know how many penalties they have here early, but they've got a slew of them.
Now from the 41, with 6 seconds left on this game clock in the first quarter. Empty backfield, Coulier. Coulier now on the quarterback draw, and they're going to throw a penalty. We're going to check in with this penalty. It is holding on the offense, so push him back 10 yards. Push them back 10 yards, and they're going to run one more play, it looks like.
No, I think they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are going to run one more play.
Yeah, the game clock as far as the first quarter has expired. It's 0-0-0. They're going to have one more play in this first quarter. It's first down and 20. Coulier back there with James Truding. And they send the blitz and the jailbreak screen. There's Pellegrini making a nice cut inside and taken down from behind. And that is going to end our first quarter as Mandeville is up 14-0 over the Fontainebleau Bulldogs. We're going to the second. Second quarter, and it's second down. Impressions from that first quarter, Tiger?
All Mandeville.
And here is Coulier looking deep and baited into an interception. Great pick right there by Deontay White, and he's coming back the other way. How about White with the interception? Huge play for Fontainebleau.
Drop back, looked like he was covering the short man, and then broke back for the deep throw. One thing about it, I think they've gotten the idea that Coulier is kind of settling in on one guy, and that time they made the adjustment and picked it off.
The other thing I've seen about Coulier, he likes to throw the football deep. And that time White made a great football play, has the interception, and now has Fontainebleau sitting in Mandeville territory at their 49-yard line. First down and 10.
This is a big set of downs, big whole set of downs coming up here for Fontainebleau.
Kent's under center.
They can get themselves right back in this ball game.
And they go with the pitch, and now he's going to throw it, and he's wide open. And he didn't throw it far enough. There is a flag in the backfield, but looking for number 81, Justin St. Germain, and there was nobody back there. Great play call from the coaching staff.
Great play call by Coach McCullum. Caught them flat-footed, which they've been trying to do, had no success. But we have roughing the passer on the play, so that pass just didn't get there fast enough. And when he had to stop to come back for it, it allowed the defender to get over there and knock it down.
Nonetheless, first down for Fontainebleau. Now they go shotgun. Pereiro. And I think they need to start handing it off to Marquez. It looks like they're going quarterback read, but he's keeping it too much, and he hasn't gotten anything up the middle.
Nothing up the middle. It seems to me that this is what they're doing. They're switching up whether they're going to run the veer or kind of this wildcat, for lack of a better
or wild dog
a description, a wildcat situation with
they move Bastion out to the slot. Now they shift, and now we have a penalty. There's been a lot of laundry on the field here.
Goodness gracious. I don't know if I'm imagining that all statisticians, that's illegal participation.
Illegal substitution penalty against the Bulldogs.
I don't. Ooh, that's a huge penalty.
That would cost them 5 yards. 2nd down and 15 for Fontainebleau.
Again, I don't know how many penalties, but it seems like every 2 or 3 plays, Fontainebleau, you can't win if you're going to keep making these mistakes.
They bring Barrero out. Kent's in under center. Sears is in the backfield. Let's see if they go to Sears. And they do, right up the gut. And he's taken down hard. Converging on the tackle was 35, Mason Lemieux. Also in there, Jacob McKay, the 5'8", 180-pound senior.
They just stoned that play at the point of attack. Defensively did the Skippers. 3rd down and long. This is not Fontainebleau. This is not
their forte.
No, for sure.
Barrero's back there in shotgun. Twins right.
Fontainebleau 5 penalties for 40 yards.
They fake the run, and now it's going to be intercepted by Nungesser. And he's still returning it on his feet until knocked down. He gets out past the 20-yard line, and there's going to be a flag on the far side.
They went with play action pass. I don't think anybody was fooled. It was 3rd and 15. I don't think they were running quarterback draw. Again, they were in that wildcat.
There does seem to be a penalty marker on the field.
I think they might get a Fontainebleau player for, I don't know, blocking Preston Wingett after the play had died. Yeah, I mean, they're going to move him out 15 yards.
Personal foul against Fontainebleau. That would be another 15.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct. Move him out to the 40-yard line. And so for Mandeville, after they throw that interception, no harm, no foul.
They got the ball back at their 40-yard line. That's 6 penalties for 55 yards in a quarter, just a little over a quarter and 3 minutes, 15 minutes worth of time. And you just can't do that. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
This time Coulier hands it off to number 26, Joe Starkey. He normally plays defensive back. That time we saw him at the running back position.
And I can't. I'm trying to remember back to the last time they ran the football, other than Coulier. It'll be but a loss on the play nonetheless. So maybe they'll go back to Air LL Coulier.
2nd down and 11. Twins right. Coulier is going to throw the little flare pass, and he's trying to get out to Starkey. And Starkey can't come up with the reception.
Starkey had that one right in his hands. The old adage is if they can't catch them, they're usually a defensive back, right?
I think so. I mean, you were the coach. You put him there.
That's the old adage. If you can't catch it, you got to go play defensive back.
3rd down and long. Coulier looking down the seam, and now he's going to toss it down the seam to Zach Boudreau, who makes a cut spins and is inside the 40-yard line. What a throw.
What I like about Coulier is he's able to settle his feet and wait for the receiver to get in that opening, and he drills it in there. He's got a strong arm.
Now they try and work the snap count, look over to the sideline and make some adjustments. Nice throw right there by Coulier. They're inside the 40-yard line. Don't look now. Mandeville.
Blitz coming up the middle.
And there's Coulier using his feet. Now he's going to throw it, and Boudreaux is there, but he can't come up with it. That's one of those times where you see Coulier rolling out the pocket, but his eyes are still up the field.
He did a good job to avoid the tackler, but a nice play by Deontay White. He was rushed. Coulier was rushed by Michael Seither on that play. Second down, he flushed him out of the pocket, but White makes a good play.
Second down and 10. They fake it to Truding, rolling out, and they hit Zach Boudreaux, who makes a nice cut, still on his feet. Boudreaux inside the 20-yard line to the 19. There seems to be a connection right now between Coulier and Boudreaux.
They went play action pass that time and slipped Boudreaux out into the flat. And like you said, they're clicking. But don't go to sleep on the other receivers now.
That's true. Actually, Pellegrini and Orgeron are the two with touchdowns right now. We're under 8 minutes to play here in this second quarter. It's 14-0 Mandeville if you're just joining us. Obviously, they are driving. Now they throw the jailbreak screen, and they get it out, and that's going to be an easy walk-in touchdown to Zachary Turkey.
Turkey. You're right. See, I was right again. Don't fall asleep on the other receivers. That was almost too easy, Andrew, as they ran the jailbreak screen. What made that so good was that Fontainebleau had crowded the line of scrimmage, and all those guys in the blocking angles were right there for Mandeville to pick up, and Turkey puts it in the end zone.
Graham tacks on the extra point. 21-0, Mandeville is up big at home here on senior night. It's homecoming, 7:52 left to go in this first quarter. Third down and 10. Barrero back there with Andrew Collins. Check that, that's Sears. And they're gonna give it to Sears. Sears off the right side, putting his head down. But there's a flag on the far side. We're gonna have to check in with the flag, Tiger. Too many flags, in my opinion.
Yes.
I think that's 3 times Mandeville has given Fontainebleau a first down off a penalty. This time it's going to be a personal foul, face mask. Move him out to the 31-yard line.
Statistics so far you should know that are important. Fontainebleau, 6 penalties for 55 yards. It's been a backbreaker, but it's a first down here. New set of downs. Let's see what the Bulldogs do.
First down is right. They go with the pitch to Sears, who fends off a tackler, but then is going to be taken down by Ingles, along with number 20, Gio.
Gio, nice force play from his position, just comes up and levels the running back for a big loss. And we talked to Coach LeCompte pregame. He felt confident that having played Curtis, he's kind of got that his defensive staff kind of has this Beer offense down, and I'd have to agree with him right now.
Second down and 13. There's Kent. Pump and go, and he is sacked hard. Mason Lemieux Kent didn't even see him. Lemieux comes off the edge and just hurts Kent. Great sack.
That was a football play right there, my friends.
I think I'm going to enjoy watching the replay from our sideline camera, Red Sharp. Seeing the replay on that one.
Man. Now it's 3rd down in I-12.
It's too much. Trips right. Sears from the backfield. St. Germain here at the bottom of your screen. They try and throw an out route, and fortunately that goes incomplete. That's a dangerous route. He's got to throw from the left hash all the way to the right sideline.
Very dangerous path. Brings up 4th down, and Mandeville will get the ball back with 4 minutes to go, I'm guessing. 4 and some change.
Bastion to punt this one. Primo is standing at his own 48-yard line. They come after it. I think if Bastion falls, he's probably going to get the call. And there's Primo inside the 40-yard line.
No acting from Bastion, and a 1st down inside the 40 for Mandeville as Coulier comes back out on the field. Got to run over some statistics for you. Coulier right now, 10 of 12 for 149 and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Boudreaux, 4 catches for 86 yards.
If I know Coach LeCompte, he's not taking his foot off the pedal right here. 1st down and 10 from inside Fontainebleau's 40. They hand it off to number 17. That's Truding. Seems like they run the ball and they give up on that, and then they start passing it again, and it's like lightning in a bottle.
Right, they're not having any success running the ball. You think they would because they passed the ball, but they're just not. They're not having. It's not happening. You think they'd have some, that Fontainebleau would be, would be trying to rush the passer and all this stuff. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
Coulier looking to his right. Time, throws it off his back foot, and is caught by Boudreaux. Boudreaux still on his feet. The senior on senior night, Zach Boudreaux. What a catch and what a finish.
I'm almost speechless right there because off balance, Coulier unloads that one. Boudreaux makes a great catch, but it was the yards after the catch that made that special.
No doubt about it, and Mandeville's offense is potent.
Right now, it's clicking on all cylinders. 27-0 with Graham attempting the extra point.
And Graham kicks it true. 3:36 left to go here in this 2nd quarter. Mandeville is up 28-0 over the rival Fontainebleau Bulldogs here at home. Drew Graham to kick it off. I feel like I've been saying that a lot tonight.
I was about to say, you said that a lot.
Nice kick. Bastion, he's not going to be able to return this one.
Step back in the end zone to catch that. Touchback. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line.
Tiger, it's about as bad of a start as possible for Fontainebleau in this game.
So, yes, it has been for Fontainebleau. Definitely nothing has gone right.
First down and 10 from the 20. Kent under center. And they go on the counter to Sears. And Sears had his jersey pulled from behind. I think that was Lombardo, but Ingles cleans out the tackle.
Pick up of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9 for Fontainebleau. They have not been able offensively to do anything per se.
2nd down and 9. I formation. And just hit hard. I mean, there's nothing inside right now.
Might be a fumble. Might be a fumble.
It was a good hit. And it is going to stay with Fontainebleau. I mean, the biggest play for Fontainebleau was that pitch. I don't know if you remember that. It was the sweep to the left side. I think he had 9 yards.
I'm nodding my head. I really don't remember. I thought the biggest play was the guy open on a toss pass, and then the pass really didn't get there, and then I don't know. It's not been good. Woodrow now 5 catches for 131 yards and a touchdown.
Great night for him. Now they go on the dive. Hard running, but not going to do it. It's going to bring up 4th down with 2:20 and counting left to go in the second quarter. They call timeout right here. Does Mandeville? I guess that answers my question that I was going to ask you.
What does Mandeville do? Get the ball back and try to score.
And throw the football. 2:11 left to go in the second quarter. Mandeville up 28-0 over Fontainebleau. 4th down. Primo back there inside his territory. Great punt this time. And Primo's chasing almost like a center fielder. There's going to be a flag on the play as he's taken out on the far side. And that's where Mandeville will take over.
That referee coming over to you, he had a workout. The one that's on the other side there has been pretty active with the dreaded yellow hanky.
Block in the back. Will that deter Mandeville from?
No. I'm sorry. You were saying something? No. Look at Coach LeCompte. He wants to put the nail in the coffin right here, my friend. And as well as Coulier is playing.
And Coulier is no longer in there. They're going to put Zach Berrient in at quarterback. Here's Truding on the run.
Well, maybe he reconsidered that.
Yeah, last week Coulier was a little dinged up, and they went with Berrient. And even then, I remember you saying something. If this is the backup, I want to see the starter.
Well, I've seen the starter, and the starter is very, very good.
Berrient fakes the handoff. Now he's rolling out and throws a pass, and that's going to be a first down. That was number 82 on the reception, Sam Scanzi.
Well, apparently he's, just because he ran the ball, he was trying to fake us out. He is going to try to make a move here. Got a minute 14 to go. This would be 2-minute drill.
Clock's running, 1:05 and counting left to go here in this first half. And now they are going to hand it off. Here's Truding around the end. Truding is eventually upended, but he's close. No, they're not going to give him the first down. 50 seconds left to go.
Tackled by Brennan Kent, a 5'11", 160-pound sophomore, lifting up the running back, Truding.
And now, looks like we're going to get a measure, possibly. 46 seconds left on the game clock. No, it's going to be a first down. So they lost about 10 seconds right there. Mandeville's ready to run the play. Here's Berrient, Truding beside him, twins right and twins left. Berrient looking down the middle of the field. Now Berrient's going to try and throw on the run, and it's going to be caught right there by Scanzi, but Scanzi didn't get out of bounds.
No, not a good play right there. Nice reception, came back for the ball, but you got to get out of bounds. And let me guess, Andrew, is there a flag on the field?
Of course there's a flag on the field. 33 seconds left to go in this first half. It's going to be holding on the offense for Mandeville. That was a nice play by Berrient, and it's going to be wiped out. I see my good friend, Coach Penton, shaking his head down there. He's not happy about the penalties.
No. He can't be.
Clock's running. Under 20 seconds to play. Now they snap it with 17 seconds. Berrient looking over the middle, and he's got a man all the way in for a touchdown. Wow. Just putting points on the board like it's nobody's business. And that is our man, Zachary Turquoise.
Turquoise.
I apologize.
All
Got it
right.
right this time.
Turquoise on that play goes in motion across the field and runs a seam route right down the middle. That put 3 receivers on that side. Some confusion in the secondary as to who's covering him. And Turquoise has 7.
Drew Graham. I got to find a new way to say put on the extra point. And a flag comes out at the end. That's just unnecessary. It does put the Skippers up 35-0 pending this flag.
Here's the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Mandeville. They're going to do it on the extra point is good. They're going to do it on the kickoff. Obviously, 8 seconds to go. We had a long pause just then to see what the referees were going to say, and they must be going to add it on the kickoff.
Drew Graham on the kickoff from his own 25-yard line. They squib it right down the middle of the field, and it's taken by St. Germain, and he's going to be stopped at the 45-yard line with 1 second left to go on the play clock.
Statistically, Andrew, Zach Berrient is 2 for 2 for 69 yards. That would be, you know what, in my book, huh? Perfect.
That's a perfect passer rating right there. 2 for 2, 69 yards. Fontainebleau discussing on that far sideline, and now they come out ready to run the play. Sears in the backfield with Kent under center in that offset eye. Twins left. And there is a snap. They give it off to Sears.
And that sound, Andrew, as he gets tackled, is the end of the first half, where Mandeville had the ball. 6 possessions, 5 touchdowns and an interception. It's 35-0. Mandeville over Fontainebleau at the half. Hey, it's halftime. You know what that means. Plays of the week from last week's game. Mandeville 24-3 over North Shore. The Skippers had backup quarterback Zach Berrient throw for 257 yards. Here's a touchdown pass from Zach to Sam Scanzi. Taking down 10 now, though.
They bring a man in motion. That's Scanzi. Berrient, he throws it up. And that's going to be a touchdown to Sam Scanzi. So how about that? Berrient stands in the pocket, takes the hit, and delivers a touchdown throw, adding more points on to this Mandeville High School lead.
And on that play right there, the Mandeville defender. Heck of a throw from Berrient. He was going backwards, had to throw off his back foot for that touchdown. Now a little defense. If you hold a team to 3, that's pretty good. Defense this time It's Joe Starkey coming up with a big interception when North Shore had driven down there ready to score. Going forth, we know that Mandeville is playing Fontainebleau next.
And that one's going to be picked off and coming back the other way. Coming back the other way is number 26, Joe Starkey, and eventually he's taken out of bounds.
That's the plays of the week for this week, from last week, but you're seeing this week. Second half action.
Tyler Olivier to kick this one off here in the second half. Nice kick into the corner. There is Jamar Mitchell taking it inside his 10, out to about the 27-yard line, and that's where the offense, led now by quarterback Zach Berrien, will take over for Mandeville.
Well, Glenn Coulier will spend the rest of the evening on the bench after helping build a 35-0 lead for his team. He was nicked up last week, and I know they needed to get him back out here and kind of knock some of the rust off of him from not having played. Certainly that went away real fast.
And this time they handed off to Truding off the right side. Nice hole right there for Truding.
Truding got that one, went to the right side, and then made a 90-degree cut it up, and got some pretty good yardage on first down. Got about 6 second down, and or is it 7? I'm gonna say 7. Second down and 3, Andrew.
One of the better runs tonight for Mandeville, right there by Truding. Truding, a 5'11", 195-pound junior at running back. This time they go empty backfield. Berrien looking to his right and now slips. Can bring up third down and about 9. I don't know if that was a quarterback draw or something similar to that. He looked to step up.
It appeared to me that that was what was going to happen, but the dreaded turf monster reached up and pulled old Zach down right there.
Where did it come from, Tiger?
You never know. When you least expect it, the turf monster.
Empty backfield again. They throw the jailbreak screen. And one of the few times Mandeville has not converted on third down tonight. Actually, I believe this is the first time they're going to punt the football tonight. Fourth down.
That would be correct, Andrew. Michael Seither on the tackle on that play will be fourth down. First half, 6 drives, 5 touchdowns for the Skippers and 1 interception, and they'll be punting this time, though.
Kyle Pellegrini, the man who had the first touchdown reception in this game, now on to punt the football. Good punt from Pellegrini that will drop, taken by Bastian, who makes a cut, and taken down at the 37-yard line. That's where Fontainebleau will take over.
Good coverage on the punt by Mandeville, and Fontainebleau will take over at their 37-yard line.
Tiger, you've coached for a long time. I know you've been in these types of games. Maybe after this play, talk about what you even tell your team at halftime. Here's Kent from under center. And now we're going to get a timeout. 9:42 left to go here in this third quarter. 35-0. Mandeville is up over Fontainebleau. Out of the timeout, first down and 10. Kent looking to the sideline and receives the play call. Set. And they hand it on the dive. I mean, the penetration is there. But going back to that question, Tiger, what do you even tell your team at halftime?
What do you say? And the only thing that you can say is you've got to tie up your shoestrings and go back out there and play it one play at a time. You've got to, you can't, you know, the question is, are you going to give up? No, you're not going to give up. So you're going to go back out there and try to play it one play at a time. Can you hold them? They held them. Now you've got the ball. What can you do with it?
I formation. Kent to Sears. I mean, the defense right now for Mandeville, it's not like they haven't been working. You know, the offense has been great, but the defense has hardly surrendered much yardage, right?
They've been stone cold right there. Stone cold wall in front of Fontainebleau.
Going to bring up 3rd down and about 14.
If you were doing, I'll give you the question in a minute, Andrew.
Shotgun. And there's the throw by Kent. And that's a nice tackle. On the reception was number 80, Thomas Mundell. 6 foot, 187-pound tight end. He's a senior.
Nice pitch and catch right there. If you were doing the old mathematical way of figuring out, because this game is, Mandeville's won this game, barring some really unforeseen circumstance. You have to look, last week, Fontainebleau went to overtime with Covington. So does that bode well for Mandeville? Because Mandeville-Covington is next week, and that's going to be, while this play is big, what's resulted from that now is even bigger.
I was waiting to go there. I was going to circle Covington because it's looming. One thing I do know, I don't have as much coaching experience from you. It's hard to play the who played who game, and every game is so different and just has different complexion, and you really can take a jab when you're not expecting it. Covington may have done that last week, and they pulled out a win in overtime.
Yeah, you don't ever want to go with the who played
Big
who.
yardage right here, and he gets to the inside the 30, inside the 25, inside the 10, and he's finally pushed down inside the 5. That was number 26, Joe Starkey. Redemption.
Joe Starkey.
Defensive back.
Well, he took the handoff, and he made a couple of nice cuts. I mean, he was in open field real quick, and he did real well. I'm surprised I didn't catch him cut it back against the grain right there at the end and get it in the end zone. Nice run there by Starkey.
7:15 and counting left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Barriant. Hands it off to Starkey, who makes a cut up the middle, and he is in for the score. Joe Starkey, defensive back, getting a little time at running back today, and he gets in for the touchdown.
He's staking a little claim right there. Hey, I need some more touches, Coach.
And now, I think the play of the game the player of the game might have to be Drew Graham, the kicker.
Well, let's say this: he's had a lot of activity.
Don't get comfortable on the sideline, Graham. And he kicks it true. 42-0, Mandeville, senior night, homecoming. They came out firing here against Fontainebleau. 7:07 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Graham, his work is not done yet. Another solid kick. This one, it's skied. Taken inside the 10. That's Bastian. Bastian makes a nice spin move and then tackled high once he gets past the 30-yard line. Vincent Lombardo. Potentially, barring what happens next week, this might be the last game for the seniors here in Sidney Terrio Stadium. We're not sure.
No,
we're not sure.
A win here and a win next week. That, by the way, that last drive, 2 plays, 74 yards, and a touchdown. 41 seconds time off the clock. Monster.
Kent, offset eye. Nice dodge right there. And he's still to the outside and still has the ball and eventually is taken down.
Quarterback keeps it, escorted out of bounds by Jonathan Gio, number 20.
Once again, big pressure from the Mandeville defense, who seem to be spending a lot of time in the Fontainebleau offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I think the front line for Mandeville's defense hasn't gotten a whole lot of credit. That's West, DeLawrence Johnson, another senior, and Lombardo's in there, and we don't give them much credit. A lot of the linebackers. Here's Sears, who's off to the left side.
Going back to what you were saying, you were asking about this could be the last game for the seniors. Yeah, theoretically, obviously it could be. They're sitting at 20. They've got to jump 2 places. And Covington is at number 10. So a victory over them, I believe, could catapult. Excuse me, they're at 11. A victory over Covington could catapult them up into the top 18 because it's 1 through 18. Excuse me, 1 through 16, I should say.
This time thrown up, and Mitchell had a chance.
Mitchell had a pick. He's slow getting up because he's thinking about, oh man, did I just have that in my hands? Oh yeah. All right, it's the first 16. I don't know why I was thinking 18. There's 32 teams in the playoffs in the first 16. So, but theoretically, it might bump them up enough that they would be in the first 16. Covington right now, though, is looking at a home game.
And here's the punt. We're going to get to that in the fourth quarter. We'll preview that matchup. And there's Primo, who calls for the fair catch, and then he lets it go. That's a great punt right there.
Yeah, that definitely took a Bulldog bounce right there.
That was number 12, Sean Spees. Good punt. Be first and 10 from the 10 for Zach Variant and company.
5:37 to go, third quarter. If you're just joining us, it's 42-0 Mandeville over Fontainebleau.
Mandeville scored
Early
quickly.
and often.
Yeah, early and often.
In the first half, 5 touchdowns.
This time Variant keeps turning his legs, and he's out to about the 14-yard line.
Little option that time, fake the handoff, and Variant and the pitchman came to the left. Variant decided to keep it, and the result was a pickup of about 5. Second down 5. And Coach LeCompte right now is making sure that his team is running down the play clock and therefore running down the game clock.
And here is Variant on the keep. Doesn't get much. Tiger, this is our final game before Halloween. It's been a bad nightmare for the Fontainebleau football team.
I will say this: it was pretty close to a full moon tonight, and from the team that took Covington to overtime till tonight, there may have been some voodoo. But the Bulldogs were not the team that obviously the Lions saw last week. They didn't show up here tonight.
Good run by Truding, and gets a first down for Mandeville as the clock moves under 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Tiger, you know what's something interesting that I was thinking about this week? After last week, we saw them, Mandeville play North Shore, and obviously they had some success moving the football 28-0 at the end of the first half. I'm going to ask you a question after this play. There's Starkey on the carry.
Very good defensive play, by the way, from Tyler Sterling.
Is Mandeville's offense this year more potent than it was last year?
Wow.
because
That's big. You're talking about big shoes.
they only
to
brought
fill.
one offensive starter back this year from last year's team, a team that went to the state semifinals and lost at West Monroe. Think about it a little bit. I'm curious. And this time they give it off to Starkey. Starkey still on his feet. First down and hard running by Starkey. Finding a little niche there at running back.
Okay, I'm ready to answer that question.
Because,
I'm going to say that I think this year's team, offensive team, is very good.
offensively.
Offensively, talking offensively. But I think last year's team was better, okay, at this particular point. This is what I think what we didn't see here tonight, or we saw Starkey break off a long run, but we really have not seen as good a running game as they had last year with Charles Jones. Nice cut right there by Truding. There doesn't seem to be a game breaker at the running back. They're all good. Don't get me wrong. They're all good. But they're not Charles Jones good. Okay. And Bergeron, he was a seasoned veteran. He was pretty darn good. Not to say that Couillet's not good. I see a lot of things in him, but I'm going to have to give the edge to the semifinal team, because at least at this point, because they got to the semifinals.
They did.
You know.
They proved a lot last year. I think,
Right.
one thing I did mention was the fact that only one offensive starter came back. So that means you had 10 seniors out on the field, and they were very cohesive as a unit, and they were special. I was thinking about that this week, and I wasn't quite ready to say that this offense was more potent than last year. But they're making their case.
I think they are making a case, and I think there's some good things to be said here. But there's still games to be played before you can really, in my judgment, stop there by Larry Roth, and it's going to force a punt. It's my judgment that at this point in the seasons, both these teams, although I got to say that last year's team was ahead of this, but I tell you what, I am because I didn't see Couillet last week. I am more than impressed with him and his ability, and the good thing in Coach Lecomte's book, he's a junior.
It doesn't hurt, that's for sure. Inside, 10 seconds left to go, and there's no play clock right now. Now they're going to snap it. And there is Pellegrini. Nice high punt. And White fields it. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We are going to the fourth quarter, where Mandeville, homecoming, senior night and all, is up big over Fontainebleau.
Volleyball team.
Fourth quarter underway for the Fontainebleau offense. I sort of miss the traditional Fontainebleau offense that looks something very similar to this. And this time, that is not Kent in there. Looks like number 9, Hunt Thompson, 6 foot, 152-pound sophomore. First time calling his name tonight.
I will say this, I do know that nice pickup by him, pickup of about 6, second down and 4. I do know that there has been a lot of shuffling in the offensive line for Fontainebleau this week. Some injuries have taken their toll at a lot of different positions for the Bulldogs.
Thompson, he's going to throw the football now. Nice stop route on the far side. And that is going to be a first down. Nice catch right there by number 81, Justin St. Germain. 5'9", 140-pound junior.
First down for Fontainebleau.
That was a nice three-step drop right there. Look to his right, fire it in.
That is more like the Fontainebleau that we've talked about earlier. Offense. Pick up a first down, run the ball on first down, short throw. Run it again. Look at here.
Yeah, nice
Look
play
at
right
here.
there. Gashing it up the middle. That is number 23. That's Marquez, and he's not going to be caught. And that looks more like the Fontainebleau offense of old.
That was it right there. Simple as that.
Great run right there by Marquez, and he really had the foot speed.
And basically, he got the ball, and I would say he was untouched right there. You know, sometimes they touch up your picture, they retouch it up or retouch it. No, he was untouched right there.
And now for the extra point, Tyler Olivier gets it down, and it is good. Fontainebleau gets their first touchdown and first points of this game. Mandeville is leading 42-7, 10:20 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Olivier to kick this one off for Fontainebleau. Kick to one of the upbacks. Looks like that was Starkey. Starkey taken down. That's a nice tackle by number 58.
Number 26, Starkey.
Zach Walker, 5'8", 200-pound sophomore linebacker.
Walker, nice field tackle of Starkey. Question for you, Andrew. Who is the hardest working man tonight in this press box? And that's number one. Number two is going to be the hardest working man at Channel 13 next week.
In the press box, are we talking about in the physical press box?
In the physical press box. Within the room that we're in right now, who's the hardest working man?
The hardest working man, without a doubt, is our good friend Pat Mashburn from the Times-Picayune. Now the hardest working man for Channel 13 will be Dave the Rave Williams upstairs editing this game.
Bing, 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 bing. You are correct, sir, on both accounts.
After 3 years, I guess I figured a couple things out. Time's flying.
It is.
No pun intended. Clock's moving. Here is the handoff. Try to cut it inside.
Truding
Taken
bottled
down.
up.
Yeah, number 59.
Tyler Sterling.
Tyler Sterling.
Yes, you're right, young man. Those two people will be working hard. Life made easier for us by the great camera work on the sideline, obviously by Rhett is sharp. And above us, Dave the Rave Williams, who will cut and splice the old video film to make this production.
One thing I wish we could do with this football game, as we get this play right here. He's running the play clock down. We're under 10, and Berrient's probably going to snap it under 5. This time he keeps it. Berrient cuts it upfield. Nice play right there. He's close, but I think it's going to be, it's going to be fourth down. One thing I wish we could do is bring back, it was maybe 5 or 6 years back, Mandeville Fontainebleau here at Mandeville. One of the great high school football games I've ever witnessed. I wasn't with Channel 13 at that point, but you called that game. Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one that went to overtime.
Overtime.
And Fontainebleau lined up in old-style football. I said that night, I believe I said that night, that they had on the black high-top shoes. They played old-time football. They had leather helmets on that night, and Fontainebleau eked out a victory.
And we're going to get a timeout here. 7:37 left to go in this fourth quarter. 42-7, Mandeville over Fontainebleau. Here's the punt on fourth down. 2 back for Fontainebleau. Looks like White and Bastion.
Fake punt.
And they go with a fake punt. They went to Truding.
Okay, I got to say I wasn't expecting that.
Not in the least. Not in the least. First down for the Skippers, and it keeps the clock running. But that game, Tiger, going back to it, it was back and forth, and those were really the rivalry games between Mandeville and Fontainebleau that I remember throughout all of high school.
Yeah, that was, I think, where it really kind of went to the next level, as how close those games were and how well played on both sides they were.
This time they get number 2 into the game. That's Corey Hollins. He's a sophomore, 5'8", 145 pounds. And we talked about it in the third quarter, but let's go there right now. Let's preview next week's game just a little bit between Mandeville and Covington. So much on the line between these two teams. Final regular season game before the playoffs. Huge.
Huge. Possibility of having a home playoff game, number one. Number two, the thing that sticks out in my mind, Andrew, is that the defensive for both teams, when we've seen them, have been impressive. It's who's ever going to have the best night offensively that's going to be huge. Caleb Johnson on the stop on that play. So, yeah, I'm thinking right away, 2 pretty stout defenses. Can Covington contain this offense that we saw in the first half with Coulier? Can they contain them? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, can Covington get anything going on offense?
That was Caleb Johnson again. Nice tackle right there. It's going to bring up 4th down.
So, and then you flip it over, it's the same thing the other way. So, to me, it's even Steven. Who's coming with the best? Who's going to come with the best mojo? Who's going to be ready to go? You know?
For me, the key to the game, I'm going to flip it on you just a little bit.
All right.
Can Mandeville block Gerard McDowell?
Well, that's what I was saying. You flip it over to the other side, and obviously McDowell, who is a standout that we've seen already this year. Yes, can they block him? Can they stop can they find time for Coulier to be able to throw the ball?
Because that's the one thing, is Bastian takes it around the right side, makes a cut. Bastian makes another cut. There is a flag on the field. Pellegrini chasing to the sideline and eventually makes a tackle, but there is a flag on the far side, and more than likely it's going to bring it back. But that is the one thing we do know. McDowell is a perennial blue chipper here in prep football, and when we watched him, he was so quick off the line. And so I want to see, can they neutralize McDowell's presence at the defensive tackle position?
That is going to be hard. Offensively, Covington has a few weapons. C.J. Sims, Mitrion Brumfield, and then Savarese.
Oh, and Kasnave too.
And Kasnave, yeah. I didn't even go with the fullback. But they got some weapons. Are they going to be successful against this defense? This defense tonight has been outstanding, as it was last week. Conversely, when we saw Covington, they were outstanding defensively. So you got 2 teams built on defense first. Which one's going to give? And, and it may all come down to special teams in a situation like that. You just never know.
So that is one thing that we will be looking forward to as we get this 1st and 10 play right here. And it was a dive for a couple yards. I know one thing, I was talking to Coach Penton pregame, the defensive line coach for Mandeville, and he was just saying what a a gauntlet in some sense is the season, in that every opponent is tough. So I'm not just saying that as a broadcaster or whatever, but from a coach's perspective, and you've been there, every game is tough, and so you can't just expect to walk in and beat a 3-4 Fontainebleau team. Obviously, Mandeville has handled their business, as Thompson now is going to fire one up for Bastion. And Bastion is great at the jump ball, and now he's going to try and reverse fields and eventually is taken down inside the 35. Great play by Bastion.
That time, Bastion had to hold up for the catch. Andre David, the defensive back, got all turned around, and Bastion was able to find the football, whereas David couldn't. Makes the reception, cuts it back into the field. Well, I've often said, Andrew, that I've likened, and I've even had the coaches in pregame interviews liken District 6-5A to the SEC. You got to play every week, week in, week out. You don't know if a team's got a down year. You still don't know if they're going to come up with a Herculean effort when they play you.
With 2 TDs tonight, senior number 7, Zachary Turquoise.
Second down, and we're under 2:30 to play. They give it off on the dive, and that was to number 21, Jacob Finn. Interesting character is Finn. I think he's been dinged up most of the season. We did that game, Fontainebleau, was at Covington, and he went out in one of the first couple plays of the game, and we had talked about it pregame. We talked about Finn being the key to Fontainebleau's success, and he went out. It might have been a concussion or something like that, and I don't know if he's been the same ever since then. And there's Sears. You know, it's a shame, too, as they get the first down, because Finn was one of my more fun players to watch here in District 6-5A. He was definitely a north-south guy and really he really fit into this offense. But now we're going to get a timeout. 1:44 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Mandeville up 42-7. First down and 10. They go shotgun. Twins left and twins right. Sears in the backfield. Thompson throwing it. And complete over the middle. Nice catch right there by St. Germain.
Nice pitch and catch right there. St. Germain on the post play. Gets it. We got a timeout with 1:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. Mandeville up 42-7.
First down and goal. And there is Thompson giving it off right up the gut. And guess who it was? Number 21, Jacob Finn. 6 foot, 190-pound senior. Congratulations to Finn.
Nice run right there as he sneaks through and into the end zone and gets Fontainebleau there, 13th point. Olivier on to try to make it 14 with $1:30 to go in the game.
Here is Olivier, snap, placement, hold, and that one is good. 42-14, Mandeville over Fontainebleau. 1:30 left to go here in this game. Onside kick, Olivier. Mandeville pushing up. Now they're gonna rotate over, and the ball squeaks through, and Mandeville comes up with it. First down and 10 for Mandeville as they will run out the clock on the Mandeville Fontainebleau 2012 edition.
Another battle of Mandeville. This time the blue team takes it, not the red team. Like in the blue team and the blue states and the red states, the blue team wins this time.
Yeah.
In a political sense, since it's nearing election time.
And I think you mentioned something at the beginning of the game that I would like to point out is very true. I remember growing up with a lot of these guys that, playing sports against them, basketball and baseball, football, and then them going to Fontainebleau, and I went to Mandeville. And so, like you said, it's divisive. Fontainebleau, Mandeville.
Right. And the fact that the Fontainebleau took away students from Mandeville, probably students that had families that went to Mandeville all their lives were all of a sudden at Fontainebleau. A whole new thing. So yes, it's divisive, but I only say it's divisive when they actually play each other, because year-round there's still a friendliness, even though there's a rivalry, there's we beat you for the year. There's not a contention about it, because we are civil in Mandeville.
It's no doubt. Clock moves under 35 seconds left to go.
The prettiest sight you can see in football from an offensive coordinator's view is right there. It is the victory position, where you're going to just take the snap, take a knee, and take the victory.
Barry and company will, in fact, there's 10 seconds. I don't know if they're going to make him take a snap. That's going to be it for this edition. Tiger Edwards, take it away.
We'd like to send our thank yous out to the people that brought you this game. We're going to start with our superintendent, Mr. Trey Foles, our director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Swang. On sideline camera tonight, the ever reliable Brett is Sharp. Above us in the press box, the main camera coordinator of Channel 13, Dave the Ray Williams, alongside me, the proud Mandeville High graduate, Dr. Andrew Franzella. This is Charles Tiger Edwards. Good night. God bless. You be good. And oh, by the way, happy Halloween. You're now leaving the prep zone.